Well, of all the rare and elusive beers that have escaped my grasp, one of them will not be that anymore after today. You know that label, Pliny the Elder. This is a double dry hop version. I got this from my man Brian at BeerMeGVL. So, what do you say we pop my Pliny cherry right after the theme song? Welcome back, not in the Midland studio, but just outside it, literally right there, with yours truly, Nutmeg 2 Palmetto. And a beer like this, certainly deserving of a Blue Ice special front porch review. Pliny the Elder. I've never had Pliny the Elder. This is the two-stage double dry hopped version. For some reason, this is just maybe due to my own ignorance, because I never could grab a example of it, but it's just listed as an ale. And double dry hop, typically, you think of those like double IPAs and that sort of thing. And for some reason, I always had in my mind that Pliny the Elder was like a clear beer, a Pils or a lager. Well, maybe not a Pils, like a lager or something like that. But you know what? Could be wrong. It is by the very famous Russian River Brewing Company in Santa Rosa and Windsor of Sonoma County in California. This is 1 pint. This is 8%. Canned on May 31st. Today is June 23, so it is under a month old. That's very nice. Brian at BeerMeGVL. Go give him a follow on Instagram if that's your platform of choice. Does take freshness very seriously, and this under a month old is very, very fresh. I was looking at the bottom, like Pliny the Elder, not with a can on date, but they actually put it right on the bottom of the can, so that's pretty cool. Let's pop this open just in case. A little ASMR for you. Just in case it's got some activity on the head, and it looks like it does. Nice upside down snowfall kicking around. Woo! That was pro. That was pro right there. On Untapped, while we let that settle down, that does look awfully clear. Yeah, look at that. That's extremely clear. Holy cow. On Untapped, ABV is confirmed at 8%. IBU is an extremely lofty 100. That's right on point with King Sue. Now, King Sue, I don't find King Sue very bitter, so be interested to see if I find this closer to that as far as bitterness, or actually bitter. It is confirmed as an Imperial IPA. There is a ton of check-ins, 19,151, of which 14,390 are unique, 13,165 of that are ranked, and it is a very, very, very impressive overall global ranking of 4.44. Pliny the Elder was one of the first commercially brewed double IPAs created by Vinnie in 1999, while the brewery was still owned by Korbel Winery. In 2020, we brewed Pliny for President by taking the original recipe and adding a two-step double dry hop process. This beer was a huge hit with not only beer enthusiasts, but the entire RRBC crew. That would be Russian River Brewing Company. So we decided to bring it back in 2021 with double dry hop Pliny the Elder. The original Pliny and double dry hop Pliny both have the same hop bill, while the amount of dry hops is roughly doubled in the double dry hop Pliny. The original Pliny is dry hopped on day 7, about 2 pounds per barrel, and double dry hop Pliny is dry hopped on day 1 and again on day 6 for a total of about 4 pounds per barrel. This double dry hopping process adds even more flavor, complexity, hop aroma, and freshness to the beer. I smell it already. That being said, There's no hops listed on this. Hashtag hops for Drew. He would not be happy with that. Would really like to know what's in that. In any event, double IPA. If double IPAs are your thing, work your way down to the comments. The first one pinned below has a link to a playlist of other double IPAs that I've done in the past. I did get a nice whiff of it as we were sitting here and reading. That is probably the longest bio I've ever seen on Untapped. Oh. As far as IPAs go, excuse me, that is as close to a 5 on the aroma as I could get it. It's nice and orange. It's got that hot pininess, but it's not super strong. It's still pretty subtle. I like it a lot. And look how clear that is. That's awesome. Well, they are one of the titans in the game, Pliny the Elder, Russian River's Pliny the Elder series. So let's dig through that head and take a sip, right? Oh yeah, that lives up to the hype, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Okay, it doesn't have this super juice bomb forward flavor, but it also doesn't have this super pine bitter flavor either. It's a nice mixture of the two. I mean, if you were to draw up the double IPA spec as far as like what's the perfect double IPA, this definitely has its hat in the ring for contention of that kind of moniker. It does have a little bit of a grassy bitter aftertaste, but it's not upsetting. It's not upsetting me at all. It's just kind of like a little bit of an extra burn, if you will, to remind you what she's all about. I mean, I think style-wise, there's definitely going to be some palates that probably aren't going to get down with that. But as far as what you expect the double IPA to be like, that is representative of all the things you want, and it excels in all the things you want. And if those qualities aren't what you like, then you're not going to like it. But it is absolutely knocking all those different qualities out of the park for sure. If you thought I knocked it out of the park, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. It's exactly when reviews like this drop. If you want to send me a beer like Brian did, recommend a beer to me, or just chit-chat me up and make a new friend, email me nutmeg2palmetto@gmail.com. And if you want the rest of my day-to-day nonsense, follow me on my social media channels, TikTok and Instagram @nutmeg2palmetto. Not too shabby. Pliny the Elder off the list. Cheers, friends. I'll see you next time.